Hey everyone, welcome to another 5-Minute Leader. I am back again in Florida. This time I'm in Orlando. Last time I was doing a series of these videos, I was in Palm Beach, and I'm here doing an event for a vendor. I just gave a talk for around 500 people. Did a book signing, a Q&A session, and now I have my coffee here and wanted to do a video for you based on some of the things that have been coming up, not just today, but over the past few weeks. Coffee is so good. Today's video is all about a concept called Fundamental Attribution Error. And you might be familiar with this concept, maybe not. But I wanted to explain it because it came up in a discussion I just had with a leader. And so the best way that I can introduce the concept is, have you ever been at a restaurant and the waiter brings you food and they're kind of snappy, maybe they have an attitude, they're just not delivering the type of service that you would expect? And your immediate and initial reaction is, oh man, that person is such a jerk. I'm going to go get them fired. I'm going to go get them in trouble. I'm going to go talk to their boss. Or similarly, have you ever been stuck in traffic and then you see people, somebody swerving through the lanes and they cut you off and you're like, you son of a bee, and you're cursing and screaming and freaking out and you get very upset. Chances are that it's happened to you. I know that it's happened to me. And the concept of fundamental attribution error is that oftentimes when these things happen, and same thing at work, right? Maybe you have a bad interaction with a leader, maybe somebody does something that upsets you, maybe whatever it is. The idea is that our tendency is to assume that it is a character flaw, a personality flaw, a behavior flaw, when in reality, most of the times what it is situational. And so the whole concept of fundamental attribution error, or fundamental attribution theory, if you want to look up a theory, is that we tend to ascribe these negative experiences and encounters to a human quality instead of a situational quality. For example, in the restaurant, if you have a waiter that is not delivering service that he or she should be delivering, how come you never take a step back and say, well, that person must be having a really bad day. Maybe their boss just yelled at them. Maybe their boyfriend or girlfriend just left them. When somebody's cutting you off in traffic, how come you're not thinking, oh wow, they must have an emergency. They really need to get to somewhere where they need to go. Maybe they have to go to the hospital. Instead, again, we assume you're a jerk. I'm going to get you in trouble, right? And this came up because there was a leader that I was speaking to shortly before I came on to do this video, and she was sharing this story about how she worked for somebody and this person would just unload on her in emails and send her all these angry things, and she wasn't even on her team. And then shortly afterwards, they did get put onto the same team, reporting to a slightly different person, reporting to a different person, but on the same team. And this lady who was being so mean thought that the person that she was being mean to was just going to tear her in half because now they're on the same team. And she didn't. And when this lady confronted her and said, how come, you didn't do this to me? Her exact quote was, because I assumed that something was wrong with your cornflakes that morning, which I loved that quote. I was cracking up when she shared that. And the idea is that she was a very smart leader because she realized that, yeah, there's a chance that the person is a jerk. But more often than not, you get treated a certain way, people behave a certain way, not because it is a character flaw or a personality flaw or because they're trying to be mean, but because something is happening in their lives that is causing them to act a certain way. And so today's 5-Minute Leader is really all about that. If you're a leader, be aware of how you behave and how you come across. And understand that if you're having a difficult situation or going through a difficult time, if you act a certain way, people are not automatically going to know that it's because of that situation. They might just think that you're a jerk. So you need to be aware of that. And similarly, if somebody on your team or somebody that you work with and report to is acting in a certain way and they're being mean or whatever it is, give them the benefit of the doubt. Give people the benefit of the doubt. assume that they're not doing something because that is how they are, but because that is the circumstance and situation which is causing them to behave that way. And I think if you can do that, you will be able to build better relationships. You will be able to forgive people. You'll be able to let things go. And I love that quote that this lady shared with me. Just assume that something was off with their cornflakes in the morning. And I think we will all be better off if we can do that. So that's my video for today. I'll probably do a couple of these videos from here. So if you see the next one and the next one, I'm wearing the same shirt, sitting in the same place. That is why, because I am in Orlando and I have a couple hours before I'm being picked up. It's funny, I think the last video I did, there was also a storm in Chicago, and now I'm back in Florida. There's another storm, and I get to fly through this wonderful weather in a couple hours. So hope you're having a great day. I'll see you soon.